I'll get your snacks out because we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it.
Your most controversial opinion?
I think I would date a rapist.
What?
What? Okay, I was expecting going in thinking about controversial opinions being things such as, like, fuck, I don't know, not that. What the fuck? I was not ready. Okay, I'm gonna take a drink on that one. Let's see if this completely rage baits me.
What?
I'm about to ask 100 random people for their most controversial opinion. And after we get 100, I'll be asking 100 different people to vote on which one is the most controversial.
This is
hello.
insane.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's start asking.
First of all, you can't change your gender. Why are we being gaslit into thinking that's a thing? That's not a thing. If you want to be a guy and you want to wear lipstick, if you want to wear high heels, that's cool. Do it. But you can't go get surgery and then just say you're a girl.
Taylor Swift is not talented.
The switch up. You have the dude playing devil's advocate for gender roles. At the end of the day, it's not your fucking choice. We'll leave that at that. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it's not his choice. Respectfully. And this guy saying Taylor Swift is not talented probably just pissed off a
Do
whole
it. But you can't go
continent.
get surgery and then just say you're a girl.
Taylor Swift is not talented. Very overrated.
Why do you think she's overrated?
Her singing is meh. She can dance, and her music tastes like unseasoned food.
Her music sounds like you're listening to unseasoned food. Is that how y'all feel about Taylor Swift? Is that a thing? Do people really feel like that about Taylor Swift, chat? Don't make me think that this is just this dude's opinion, because I guarantee you there's 8 billion people in the world. He was not the only one thinking this. So, it's a possibility, but I highly doubt it. I don't think Taylor Swift isn't talented. Granted, I don't know if she can or cannot dance. I haven't watched Taylor Swift try to dance. But Taylor Swift has some great music. Taylor Swift wouldn't be as famous as she was if she wasn't talented. She may not have the best voice sounding, or the best sounding voice to dude, but Taylor Swift also had to practice her craft. She had to have talent in instruments. She practiced singing. Like, sometimes that shit's God-given, but sometimes that shit's earned through the mud, bruh.
Unseasoned food.
Yeah.
A&W is a really bad fast food restaurant.
I believe in
I
every
agree.
conspiracy theory about the government.
On hers, I'll say yes. I think it's naive to think we're the only ones out here.
So aliens are real.
Okay. I don't think that's too controversial. There's obviously people who argue about it. But, like, what the fuck do you know? You know what I mean? At that point, it's just speculation. I mean, I feel like if you're going to have an opinion on something, it shouldn't be speculation. Like, I feel like I get that this is a controversial opinion, but, like, that's not too controversial. That's just speculation. Like, what are we talking about?
Yes.
I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. We had a top 5 offense last year.
This is delusion. This is just delusion, chat.
Brought back George Pickens on the franchise tag.
I'll be honest, I didn't really listen to what you said. I was just lost in your voice.
Really appreciate that. Just made my day. I've been
Really?
the voice and the face for radio.
Definitely have the voice. Yeah.
If you're dating a man and there's a woman harassing him, calling his phone 24/7, it's his fault, not hers. Like, women are.
What did she just say? Chat. If a woman is harassing a dude, first off, if a shorty's harassing me, I'm getting an EPO. Verbally harassing me, physically harassing me, any kind of level of harassment, I'm getting an EPO. Second off, that is not my fault that this woman will not leave me the fuck alone. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Crazy like that.
He's making her crazy.
Yes.
My controversial
Or what if she's just crazy? Oh my goodness.
opinion is I feel like sex work is very glamorized and young girls shouldn't look up to that.
I agree. I actually agree on that. Sex work is glamorized. That was actually a really good take. Best one so far.
We've turned it into this whole money grab.
ABBA is terrible.
Transsexual women are not real women.
There should be laws for.
Okay. If So saying transsexual women are not transsexual women is transsexual men, buddy. What are you talking about? That dude's an idiot. But you're not gonna know it's. I'm gonna be real. If you just happen to stumble upon a transsexual woman, you're not gonna know that it's not a woman. Unless they tell you. Obviously, unless they tell you or they have parts that say that. Unless they have parts that are male genitalia. But they say they're a woman. They claim to be a woman. Then they're a woman, but they have male genitalia. It's the only way you're gonna know it's not a woman. I'm being real. So that dude probably feels that type of way because of lady boys out in Hong Kong. Or a lady. He's definitely stumbled upon a lady.
Walking on the sidewalk as there is driving on the road.
They're walking too slow.
You're supposed to walk on the right side. There should be.
What was his opinion, chat?
For walking on the. There should be laws for walking on the sidewalk as there is driving on the road.
They're walking too slow.
I fucking agree. Hold up. The one thing I hate is when you're out in public shopping. Like I'm fucking telling you. I am getting angry talking about this. You're out public shopping, right? You're walking around fucking Walmart. It's maybe 10 p.m. because who goes to Walmart before 10 p.m.? Not me. What the fuck? So I'm at Walmart. It's 10 p.m. and I'm looking around. I'm trying to find something cool. And then there's just a family of fucking 4 at Walmart at 10 p.m. They're walking in front of me. And they're all in a fucking formation across the fucking walking lane. I can't get around them, and they're moving slower than fuck. I'm telling you, they're moving slower than grief itself. Like this is not a joke to me. I take this shit very seriously. Like I'm passionate about that. Get the fuck out of my way because you're aimlessly walking around. You have no reason to be shopping. You don't know what you're looking for. You came into Walmart just to look. You came into Walmart because you're bored. Get the hell out of my way. That's all I gotta say, bro. I definitely agree. People need to understand that we need to have sidewalk laws, same as we have road laws. Motherfuckers need to be in a lane. Motherfuckers need to go at a certain pace. Shit's pissing me off.
You're supposed to walk on the right side. There should be a good flow going on.
I think like some places don't offer enough mat leave.
AI being used for art is ruining art as a whole.
One of my controversial
I agree with
opinions
that.
is that I freaking love fedoras.
People are very sensitive nowadays, like being scared to share your opinion because you're scared of getting canceled.
I ain't scared to share my motherfucking opinion. My opinion's the only right opinion. The fuck?
What is your most controversial opinion?
I think I would date a rapist.
Okay. We saw this at the beginning. I don't understand this. I think. First off, you think. Are you really thinking about this? Now, absolutely, people can go to jail. People get reformed. Absolutely. But you do realize the hindrance to your life that adds due to them being a sexual predator and on that list for a reason. Due to that, there's going to be extenuations in your life that make it harder. They're going to have to find certain jobs. They can only live in certain communities. And here's the thing. The communities that you get to live in, if you date said sexual offender, first off, there's more sexual offenders around you. And what's stopping a repeat offender? Not much. I'm going to be real. And I'm not saying all offenders are going to do the same thing again, but they could. They did it once because of maybe their impulsion, something they got going on, and they could do it again. And I'm not knocking sexual offenders. I'm gonna be real. I'm not knocking you guys. I do think that we should have medieval consequences, but that's it.
I don't think it's that bad. You know, people could change.
Absolutely,
and if he says
people
that
could
he's
change.
changed, then I could forget.
Okay, but if he says that he's changed, you still have to keep him at an arm's distance, regardless. You should keep anybody at an arm's distance, truthfully. Especially when they exhibit signs of insanity, such as taking someone's free will.
With him, and then we could be in love forever. Don't you agree?
I couldn't. I'm be real. I couldn't. They didn't. there's no way to downplay being a sexual offender. Truthfully. Now, there has been cases, I'm sorry I'm talking a lot, chat, but there has been cases where people have, like, been lied on, or it's more of like athletes though, but some random Joe named Thomas from the middle of Eastern Kentucky being a sexual offender. He probably did it. He probably did it, realistically.
Change, right?
I agree.
This take
people
really
can change.
lost me.
That's how I date a racist.
Why don't you just date someone who's not?
No, I could do that too, but like if he tells me that he raped somebody like later on and I liked him, like of course I'm gonna be devastated. But then like he isn't raping anybody anymore because he stopped and he's dating me now. But I wouldn't mind dating everybody.
I don't like Drake when he's acting tough.
Why do you think he tries to act?
I don't like Drake when he's acting tough. That was a crazy take, an immediate take. Why do you not like tough Drake? Let me know, bro.
Tough.
And I think it's just the idea that you're selling an image to people, both the people in the culture and the people outside the culture.
Time loops in movies are bull. So, for example, in Interstellar, him being able to affect his own past from the future doesn't make any sense.
Mine is that time loops are fine.
And you?
Fight! They should fight. I think fighting would serve them both well.
I think there's a middle ground and there's some constraints that have to be respected.
All of us should feel pain, and the more pain, the better, because that's how we grow as people.
Not talking about
Facts. Now, physical pain, you heal from that physical pain, but you don't necessarily grow from physical pain. But I think to an extenuation, like, emotional pain is needed. Emotional pain is very needed. I think you can only become emotionally mature by having your emotions hurt and destroyed and all over the place and out of whack. That's just how that
political
happens.
opinions when you're like in a friendship.
So you think in a friend group you should keep your political opinion to yourself?
Yeah.
Dogs.
I don't agree with that. The reason I say that is I'm not saying shit, argue about politics with your homies. But you all should be able to express that freely to each other without each other getting mad. That's being an adult. Is listening to someone's opinion, someone's side, regardless of how wrong it may be. You have to understand that they see a completely opposite side to it than you do. And unfortunately, they might always see it that way. And you can educate each other. Absolutely, you may not change each other's opinion, but educating each other at the end of the day is always the most important thing you can do as a friend. I think my friends educate me every single day. My girlfriend educates me every single day, and I'd like to think that I give them back some education. It probably is erratic and doesn't make sense and shit that didn't change their life, but it's education to me. It's knowledge. And I believe sharing knowledge is great.
Shouldn't be able to just go on public sidewalks.
More public spaces should be kid-free, like restaurants, etc. Just 18
yeah, bro.
plus.
I'm a bartender, chat. Y'all know this chat. I hate when people bring their motherfucking kid into the restaurant. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness. They make a mess and I have to sweep it and it's so bad and they're so loud and they're overly messy, bro. Like, back to that. Overly messy. Children are fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, we should, like, get rid of all children. That is not by no means what I am saying. But I am saying, bringing out your kids to restaurants, guys, is dumb. Especially, I think there's an age. Where it's okay. Like 8 years old is acceptable. Like whenever they're able to really enjoy what they're doing. But you bring like a toddler in there. The toddler's just throwing silverware. The little goldfish that you all brought in the little plastic Ziploc baggie. And then when you get their mac and cheese out, they're throwing it everywhere. Like, come on, bro.
What do you hate about kids?
They can be chaotic, running around, screaming.
You shouldn't have to ask for ketchup when you're at McDonald's. I'll drive away and then I'll realize I don't have any ketchup. I can't turn around not in traffic, you know what I mean?
People want to think that having a higher degree means that you're successful. Oftentimes that doesn't really get you anywhere.
Not paying your rent isn't really that bad because it's just a pain in the ass to get evicted anyways.
What the fuck did he just say? First off, these dudes are definitely drinking in a public park. They're drinking in a public park. He's got a big gulp with something in it that's not just soda. It is not just soda in there. He's got whatever that is. That's a beer, probably. Is that PBR? I don't know what that is. but that's a beer. Do not get evicted. Pay your fucking bills, or don't put yourself in financial debt, or then you'll be day drinking out of big gulps in parks.
Can skip a couple months.
Have you ever missed your rent?
Yeah, it's worked out.
You're chilling.
Yeah.
On that line, property is theft.
I think Plan B should be free. Yes. I just don't think that homeless people should be blamed for being homeless. It's like the city's fault.
Girls in
Y'all know there's 33,000 vacant apartments in the city of New York. I think to a degree, it is a lot of homeless people's fault. If you try to help them, like for example, funny story, I helped out a homeless dude one time. All I had was some food. I think as long as I can give anything out to a homeless person, it's okay. So I had my food from work. It was just my lunch that I packed, and they sent me home early, and I didn't eat the lunch. I was like, all right, shit. Stopped on the road, and I was like, hey, dude, you can have my lunch. I'm not gonna eat it. And he was like, no, do you got cash? No, dude, actually, I don't got cash. I have lasagna my mom cooked for dinner. Do you want that or not? And the dude was like, no, he doesn't want my food. He wants cash. And unfortunately, I just think that dude wanted to get more drugs. I mean that in the kindest way possible, and that's the unfortunate reality.
Guys can be friends.
The state of Israel should not exist. Period, point blank.
And why do you think it should not exist?
The creation of Israel was illegal to begin with. I mean, the UN and Britain decided that.
I was not ready for that.
Also, the Palestinians were one of the only countries that was allowing Jewish refugees post-Holocaust into their country en masse. They were housing them, feeding them. They turned on them. And if Palestine is the land where Judaism originated, then how dare you? Because they are your people.
I think that hot dogs are sandwiches. Because if you think about like a sandwich, it's just bread, meat, and then bread. And then a hot dog, what's hot dog? Bread, meat, and more bread.
We are 1/3 of the way there, and I'm pretty curious to see how the voting segment is going to turn out. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's head to the mall to ask more people. What is your most controversial opinion?
I love that my phone listens to me because then I don't have to try and remember to look up certain things. It just sends me ads. I'm not important enough.
Nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide.
I mean,
so I'm like,
that's
sure,
fair.
help me out. Trump is
I don't give.
an idiot.
Tipping culture
Bro.
is a bit out of hand. A lot of places it's expected, and the behavior to earn these tips is like not even granted. Sometimes I don't even know my waiter's name and they ask for a tip.
I don't believe that there's God at all.
We pay a lot of taxes here in Toronto, and
I don't think being an atheist is a controversial opinion. I'm a Christian, and that did not cause me any controversy at all. Some Christians will be like, you are condemned, you are going to hell. Nah, dude, I think that you're just doing you and you find your own way. And hopefully there's been somebody that's, slightly encouraged it. That's what I would like. That's how I see it. I mean, I've pushed religion on people, unfortunately. And that's not fair to them at all. And that sucked. But don't force your religion on someone. But like if someone, here's how I see it. So God makes my life great every day that I wake up. I need to show that. I need to express how great God makes my day. Now, I'm not going to sit there and every day be like, oh, this day is just because of God. I'm not going to say that out loud because then it makes me obnoxious. It makes me righteous in ways that I don't agree with. But if something good happens and it's something I've been praying on, I mean, I'm like, I prayed about this, glory to God. If it wasn't for me speaking to him and me praying for advice and me praying for guidance, I don't think I would have been able to find the guidance on my own, because I'm such an independent person. Like, I like to do things on my own. But I like to pray about them, and I like to get advice from God, and God will give me signs that I'll see or community that I feel that helps me find what I want to do, find what I want to post, find what I want to stream about. And that's why I've moved into this, is because I prayed about it and I thought really heavy on it, and I'm actually really excited. So let's do it.
Our return on what we pay.
Girls playing boy sports. I think like girls can play any sport.
What kind of sport would be an example?
Football, maybe.
If you line up a woman against fucking Ray Lewis on an Oklahoma drill, what do you think's gonna happen to her? What do you think's gonna happen to her? If you line up a woman against Ray Lewis in an Oklahoma drill, you give her the ball. What's gonna happen to her? What's gonna happen to any normal male in the pro life of football? I would die. I would get decapitated. First hit. I think that there's levels to that shit, and I don't think that a woman will ever be able to play football. I'm gonna be real. Now, if they did an all women's football, yes, absolutely. But I think due to the disadvantage by biology, I am not saying women are at disadvantage because they are a woman, but they are biologically at a disadvantage. There, of course, you do see women that are like 6 foot and plus, but how often do you see that? Every dude I know is 6 foot. Every dude I know is 6 foot. That's because they lie about it.
That's why they invented rugby.
Do more girls play rugby?
I believe.
There is women who play rugby who will fuck you up. That is a fact. That is a fucking fact. But I think that it's still different. Do women play on male rugby teams too, though? Is that a thing? Hold up, chat. Now I gotta look that up. Because now she's got me thinking. Do women play rugby with males? Okay, so full contact rugby is played separately for men and women at the elite level. Non-contact formats like touch rugby and tag rugby are designed that both men and women can play together without physical contact. That makes sense. I'm just going to be real, chat. That makes sense. And this is not me knocking women and saying that y'all couldn't do it. Because, like I said, y'all can do the same shit. But doing it being one unisex category, I don't think that it's just safe.
So, but that's not fair.
But
See,
do it.
we
But
should
do
get
it
to
if
play
you feel like it.
football.
You have
In
to
a
learn the hard way.
relationship, the men have to pay more than a girl. I think like 90%.
90% men pay.
Yeah.
Messi and Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo because he have a lot of aura.
When playing games on PC, do you ever wonder if
Cristiano Ronaldo. Just freaking ad. No way I'm about to get a CR7 fucking mixtape. Oh, Buster.
I'm currently in a debate with someone about wrap pizzas.
Wrap pizzas?
Yes, instead of having like dough as the base, you have like a wrap, like a tortilla wrap.
And you like this?
Yeah, it's delicious. And then you put corn on it. I'm so sorry, I know.
I'm worried the right wing is taking over.
We should be putting spikes on the road to reduce the number of cars.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that one.
You agree?
Yeah, why not?
Just spikes all over the road.
For the greater good.
Pineapple
is good on pizza. Your car,
GPA
bro.
does kind of matter in school.
Misogyny is probably more ingrained into society than we think it is. A lot of girls, for example, are less likely to pursue math, not because they're not good at it or like they're not sort of like naturally inclined. It's just because the way that girls are socialized, it's like we have a hard time excelling in subjects like that because we're not encouraged to try again if we fail at something. If men fail at something, they are more likely to sort of pick themselves back up and like try again.
What is your most controversial opinion?
Okay, I think that school should be optional for people who truly want to go.
What level of school?
High school should be optional for people who really, really want to.
I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. This just pissed me off. There's kids who go to school who aren't given the option if they can go to school or not. They are given that option every day. And the only safe place... Sorry, I just fucked up my words. The only safe place a lot of kids have is school. And that's not even that safe right now, truthfully. That made me mad. I think school should not be optional because it technically already is. Because there's plenty of people who don't go because they unfortunately don't have that opportunity. But I think all kids should have an opportunity for school. Because if you decide to drop out in 8th grade at 13 years old, first off, your frontal lobe as a male doesn't stop developing until you're 25. And I think at a woman, it's like 20 or 21. But with that being said, with their frontal lobes not being developed, your thinking is just not that good. I mean, you don't have no credibility in your thought. You have not an ounce of credibility at 13 years old. So why do you get to say if you go to school or not? I don't think that you're going to be able to go out into the workforce at 13 years old. 14, 15, 16. There's still minor laws regardless of if you're in high school or not. In the summer, granted, it is different when they're not in high school, but it's still minor laws. And where they're a minor, they could get whatever workplace can get in trouble for that. And then out in rural or super big cities that have high crime rates, them kids being at school is the only time they're not being first person accounts to this violence that's going on in their neighborhoods. And that's what we're not worried about. You're worried about if they should have that option or not when it's the only safe place a lot of people can go.
What about you?
I think that voting should kind of be the same way, because I think that if we let younger people who want to vote, then maybe we would have a more willing society.
You would say.
Okay, first off, the United States is a sheed mentality, or a sheed. We have a herd mentality, so those kids are going to be brainwashed by their parents before they can ever formulate their own political opinions.
Lower the voting age.
I would say, like, you should be able to apply to vote at a younger age.
I'm not a big Donald Trump fan.
With
It's okay.
overpaying taxes, the younger generations can't afford a home. So there's something wrong with the system that we live in, right? I have a home, I'm a homeowner, and it's still very difficult.
I don't think I can remember if I ever had one.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Should be more done for disabled people and wheelchair users to get around the city.
You would like it to be easier?
Yes, very much so.
Bulbasaur as my starter.
Yeah, that's fair.
You would pick Bulbasaur?
Yeah.
What do people who are disabled, what do they get? They get handicap, like, parking spaces. Some places have rails to go up them for people in wheelchairs, but I think that's it. I genuinely think
you
that's
like
all
about Bulbasaur
in
so
my
much?
city for
You got
handicap.
that bulb. You got that sword. You be soaring.
Anything else?
You got that vine whip.
Affordability crises are not something that we can overlook.
Pineapple
Absolutely.
belongs on pizza. That the world is getting better.
Why do you think the world is getting better?
There's innovation happening, and with AI, things are going to become more efficient. I just think the world is getting better, no matter what.
It's getting more optimized. Better, no. Optimized, yes. There's a big difference in the world getting better. The world getting better means the world as a whole lump sum globally. There are still third countries out in hella war, but when it comes to the internet, it's fully manufactured now. Our internet is fully manufactured now, and it is less human-like. The internet is way less human-like. That's why everything's about algorithms. Everything's about understanding the internet, AI, etc. Yeah, we're just optimized, but we are not good. Or we are not better, but we are optimized. How about that one?
A few thousand years, probably.
My opinion, I'm delusional, so most of the time my
Good job.
opinion matters more than these people's.
Okay, thank you so much.
You have so many different religions telling you a lot about different parts of you pray and how things supposed to go in life.
You believe in only one religion?
Yeah, only one.
And which religion is that?
The real one, Christ religion.
Some people shouldn't be
Christ
allowed to
religion.
fly. They don't know airplane etiquette. Only go up when your zone is cold. Don't stand up immediately. Put your personal item under the bin unless there's space above, that kind of thing.
I'm not happy with the way President Trump runs his state, whatever.
I really don't have any. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be sitting next to you.
I don't think it's controversial.
That's a good
is it?
person right
Because-
there.
I
Hey,
said I
dude
don't
in the
have
hat's
any big
W.
head.
Listen,
Big
I
head?
said
Big head?
I'm not happy with Mr. Trump.
Okay, that's good. That's good for you.
Is it controversial, that?
That bike lane should be controversial. Like the fact that we're talking about tearing it up still, like, it's insane.
Criminals should be held more accountable for their actions.
Man!
love tipping.
Man. Holy fuck, bro. If we want to hold criminals more accountable for their actions, we have to go to medieval consequences. I'm telling you. If you put somebody in for doing the brass and bull, we're not going to see another person do it. Or you're going to put somebody and you're going to give them the brass and bull, we're not going to see someone do it again. That's all I'm saying. I'd be terrified of that shit.
Culture.
I feel like people in this world, they try to say LeBron's the GOAT. They say LeBron's the best to ever do it, but then they haven't seen me.
Why aren't you in the league?
Oh, brother! Fuck this guy, dude.
Humble.
What is your most controversial opinion?
I don't think we should give good customer service to people who are just really bad to you. Like they're like super rude.
if you're rude
You
to
should be
me,
able to
bro,
ignore
I'm
them,
gonna spit
fight
in your
them.
food. No, I'm playing. I would never.
Just like a
I
1-2,
have
like a
never
quick.
done that.
So let's
I
settle
have
it in the
not
fitting
ever
rooms,
done
you
that,
know?
chat.
More privacy.
Exactly. And the other customers don't need to see nothing.
And which store do you work at? Which location?
Full gym.
No ad for me. They trying to cut deals out here, giving me all these ads.
On that note, it was time to head to the third
Nightlife.
and final
Oh,
location.
brother.
What is your most controversial opinion?
That Michael Jackson is still alive.
Why do you think he's still
Michael
alive?
Jackson could still be
I believe it
alive.
in my heart, and he had like a closed casket. I think it's also just because I want him to be alive because I love him.
What are your thoughts about the kid stuff?
I don't think he did it. I think he's innocent.
Yeah, I don't think Michael
Just
Jackson
go
did it either.
with the flow. Regardless
I'll be
for
real.
themselves. I know it's really complicated. It's just ups and downs. Just go with the flow.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Shawarma is the best food ever.
Men should always pay on all dates.
Do you think men should pay 100% of the time?
I think yes, because they are providers. If he doesn't have money, he should not have a relationship.
Sadism
Oh, wow.
is underrated. Everyone has a point in their life where they have to realize sadness is part of the life and they have to deal with it no matter what.
Like, you know how right now we eat like 5 times a day? That's actually us being a cactus in a rainforest. If you think about it from like evolutionary biology perspective, we could go like days without our next meal.
So do you think more people should be fasting?
That's crazy.
100%.
The healthcare industry isn't made for women.
I'm from Ukraine, right? I don't support Russia in any sense or Russian people in any sense. I hate everything about that.
Kids
She hates
is a choice.
Russians?
I've chosen not to.
That we don't treat life as it should be.
How do you think we should be treating life?
Live that
People
shit.
like to
Every
complicate
day.
shit. Pardon my French. We like to complicate it. Life is so simple. We don't need to worry about a 9-to-5 schedule. About do I need this
She's
or
a
do I want
philosopher,
that? It
chat.
doesn't matter about that. Just
Ooh,
First
enter
date,
his
men
face.
has to pick.
I don't know if this first pick for the Leafs is going to change anything next year.
I think gambling supports positive mental health.
I think.
Oh, hell no. Gambling does not support positive mental health. Gambling puts you in a financial spiral. That was a dumbass thing to say.
Should die. We're really bad for the planet. We're the most selfish creatures to ever exist. If you look at dinosaurs, you watch a dinosaur.
That might be koalas. Koalas are selfish as fuck. They carry chlamydia. Or, and can't koalas only eat like one fucking kind of leaf? And they have to sleep for an extended period of time or they'll die because their body can't digest it? That is selfish. They just want to die and hand out chlamydia.
Documentary. They've been around for billions and billions of years. They've come back bigger. Humans have been here for not even a fraction of the time, and we're destroying each other. We're cruel to each other. We're mean to each other. We want to like get rid of each other, and we should just all die for the planet.
I don't know about that though. If we should all
Yo,
die.
I think peptides should be FDA approved and legal. It's not all that
I
great
agree
to
on
own a
that,
home.
even though I don't take
Renting
it.
is way better.
Get rid of like the gentle parenting. Bring a little bit more discipline back. Kids aren't scared. They're entitled. Not that they have to be scared, don't get me wrong, but
Fear monger your children.
Drake is not. Oh. Sorry, Iceman dropped. The album was mid. Maid of Honor was mid. Absolutely dog water.
She's
I'm
pissed off
Persian. I'm
somebody.
against the monarchy. I don't think it's good. A lot of people love it. I don't like it.
I feel like pandas are just polar bears in disguise.
So they're secretly polar bears.
Yeah.
So how did they become pandas? And why are they pandas?
I think like the government dyes them.
How did you first come to this conclusion?
Deep dive on Reddit. McDonald's is
Reddit?
overrated.
I mean this like from a good place in my heart, bringing back masculinity. I feel like men can provide for women. I'm like, if they just do that more, it'll make women want to be not.
This is the dude telling us we need to bring back masculinity, bro. Masculinity never left. It just got reshaped. We're going to go into this because this is actually one of my controversial opinions. I think that there's 400 different types of masculinity and you got to pick one. You don't have to be all of them. You don't have to be one set in stone kind of guy. Your masculinity does not shape who you are as a person. Yes, it builds foundations of your intellect and the way that you see masculinity because you had to either, okay, fuck, we're going into this later, but we're coming back to this shit.
What is your most
I think men can be
controversial
providers,
opinion?
but I don't think every man needs to be a provider.
That men's voices aren't low anymore.
My most controversial opinion is I think truck drivers are compensating with their trucks because they're compensating for something else.
Men don't have the capacity to not be lustful.
So you think all men are lustful?
Yes. I don't like sushi.
Jesus wasn't.
I don't like sushi either.
You're Asian and you don't like sushi.
Well, I'm Chinese. I don't really like peanut butter. It gives me a headache.
We should teach
religion in schools.
And what about you?
No, they
I
shouldn't.
guess.
I'm sorry. This guy, holy shit, this guy is terrifying looking. They should not teach religion in all schools. I'm gonna be real. I wasn't 20 until I came to Christ, and if they taught me that shit in school, I promise you I would have been way turned away from it. I'm just gonna tell you the truth now. I was turned away from it as a kid already. So if it was taught in my classroom setting where I was already a badass kid, I would disagree with everything that they were telling me, I guarantee it, just because I had egocentrism and it was my world and you were living in it at that point in time. It should not be taught in schools. I'm going to be real. There should be schools for it like there is now. And if you want your kid to go to it, you pay for your kid to go to it, or they get scholarship or however that shit works.
Also teaching religion in school.
That Daenerys Targaryen is the prince that was promised. And it's not Jon Snow.
Bro.
And you can't convince me
Bro,
that
she
it's Jon
was.
Snow.
Not Jon Snow.
I don't like Chipotle.
What about you?
I don't think you should drink on random days. You should only drink if you're like getting drunk. Why are you drinking otherwise? Like,
I'm not drinking on random days. The only days that end with Y, shorty.
that's a waste of money.
Mm-hmm.
Use your
And
head.
before I knew it, I was at 99 opinions with one more to go. What is your most
What's the last
controversial opinion?
I would say feminism.
Love roadblocks?
What does he mean? Feminism. That it shouldn't exist?
Feminism. Now that we have 100 controversial opinions,
Yeah, he
it's time
definitely
to put
said
them
some
all on a board
bullshit.
and ask 100 more people to vote to determine the most controversial one of them all. This is the board with 26 votes. Although one opinion was pulling far ahead in the votes,
Yeah,
there
bro,
was
I would
another
date a
opinion that
rapist. It's
surprisingly
crazy.
caught people's attention too. What do you dislike about fedora hats so much?
Just not a fan of how they look.
Who the hell's wearing fedoras?
Yeah,
that's a scary one.
I wouldn't even think about the fedora hat, but that's not fire, bro.
Oh my goodness, what did the fedora hat do to you? After 100 votes, the results were pretty one-sided. Surprisingly, people weren't a big fan of fedora hats for
5 votes emergent exists Christianity. This one is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. He lost me at that. All right, chat. That was enough of I asked 100 people their most controversial opinions.